polite. You're very polite.
Joining us now is Jim DeFede.
Yeah, and Jim, you spent time in Iowa. So talk to us about your experience there. Are there certain places in the state that favored DeSantis over Trump? What's it looking like for them each place?
Yeah, so let's also take a step back a little and talk a little bit about what we're talking. So it's 99 counties. You keep hearing how Ron DeSantis has said he's visited 99 counties. You're talking about 1,656 precincts. The smallest precinct has 13 voters in it. The largest precinct has 711 voters in it. And the average is about 131. They're caucusing right now in a total of 769 locations. Right now, as we speak, folks are signing in. They are basically showing up. There are Democrats who are able to show up to the caucus site and say they want to vote in the Republican caucus today. There are independents who are doing that. So what the candidates are looking for, Nikki Haley is trying to appeal to those more moderate Republican, never Trump type voters, but also to Democrats and independents. So if you look at one of the things I'm going to be looking at tonight, how do some of the cities behave? So you look at the areas, the counties around Des Moines, the counties around Iowa City. Those are the areas that should be target-rich environments for Nikki Haley. Her enthusiasm among her supporters is not very high. Do they stay home because it's cold? That's one of the things I'm going to be looking for. For DeSantis, the key is going to be the evangelical community. He has invested a lot of time and energy. And let's remember here in Florida, we went through 3 years of culture war battles here in Florida so that he could build up his resume to be able to appeal to the Iowa evangelicals. That's why we have a 6-week abortion ban in Florida. That's why we've seen the attack on woke and all those other issues that he has done, the attacks on the LGBT community. Those are all done to try to curry favor among Iowa evangelicals. The evangelicals I talked to like what they saw out of Florida. Now, tonight, we're going to see if it pays off.
And that's a big vote there. Now, the latest poll by the Des Moines Register came out just yesterday, and you were in Iowa recently and spoke to the woman who was behind that poll. What can we glean from the latest results?
Yeah, what's amazing, and when I spoke to Ann Seltzer, she is the longtime pollster for the Des Moines Register. It's considered the gold standard of polling. How stable this race has been. Donald Trump has been ahead for the entirety of it. He's always been polling right around anywhere from that 41 to 51% range. The latest poll had him at 48%, with Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley, 20, 30, or more than 20, like 28, 35 points down. So really, this is a race for second place. That's what we're going to see. Ron DeSantis is counting on the fact that he has a better ground organization than Nikki Haley. To give you an idea, DeSantis's folks, I talked to the Never Back Down PAC, which has been running his campaign there in Iowa. They've knocked on more than 900,000 doors. They are organized on that precinct level. So when I said before there are 769 locations and 1,600 precincts, they believe they have people in each of those precincts waiting to speak on Ron DeSantis' behalf. They think they're better organized, although I will tell you the Trump campaign also is touting its organization. They did not do any organizing in 2016. Ted Cruz beat them in Iowa in 2016. That has always bothered the former president. And so this time around, he was not going to be out organized. And so he has invested also in that race. And I will tell you, some of the people who are doing the organizing for Donald Trump in Iowa are former DeSantis people who have turned on DeSantis, dislike him, who were fired by Ron DeSantis, and they see this as sort of a way to get back at Ron DeSantis. So there's a little bit of passion going on in Iowa right now.
It might get testy in one of those caucuses.
Yes.
Sure will. Jim DeFede, thank you so much. And you can join Jim and Elliot for a CBS News Miami special, Voters Decide. After the Iowa caucuses, we'll break down what happens in Iowa and what it means as candidates take their campaigns to New Hampshire. That's tomorrow night at 7:30, streaming on CBS News Miami, on Pluto TV, and the CBS News app. We'll be right back.